Hello everyone, and today we'll talk about revisions. Revisions have become a challenge for the people who are preparing for civil services. बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे हैं जिनको ऐसा लगता है कि सिलेबस बहुत ज़्यादा है और वो कंटेन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. Okay? They feel like it is impossible to contain such a massive syllabus and that too remembering most of the things is challenging. ठीक है? ये है भी. I will not deny that it is very easy. अगर ये बहुत easy होता तो why would we call it as mother of all exams in India? The civil services or the IAS exams are one of the toughest exams in the country and in fact in the world. ठीक है? तो ये इसमें no doubt कि आपको मेहनत ज़्यादा करनी होगी. You'll have to work hard to ensure that you clear this exam. But I have a revision technique which can make it easier for you, okay? And before starting with the discussion of that revision technique, I'll want you to understand that this thing, that there is a lot of syllabus and I have to cover everything within a minimum span of time. This idea is the reason for most of the candidates to fear this thing. ठीक है, आपको डर क्यों लगता है? क्योंकि आपको लगता है कि सारी चीज़ों को हमें जल्दी से कवर करना है और ये जल्दी से कवर करने के चक्कर में ही आपको कुछ नहीं आता है फाइनली. ओके, you sit with the books for 15 hours. Some of the students will spend even 18 hours. Okay, theoretically, of course, I have personally I have not seen many people doing that thing, but I have heard of such things. ठीक है? But let's say even if somebody is sitting for 10 hours, okay? Even if somebody is sitting for 10 hours and still he is feeling कि चीज़ें ख़त्म ही नहीं हो रही हैं, ठीक है? That this process is unending and they are not having command over some of the areas, then you have to recognize that there is some fault with your approach. Your approach is not appropriate and this is the reason that you are finding it difficult to contain the syllabus, okay? And amongst many reasons, the reason that I have found the most important reason behind such thing is your target of completing the books within 30 days or within 20 days. ठीक है? ये बहुत ही खराब idea होता है. Because somebody else did it in 5 days, so I'll be doing it in 5 days. ये नहीं हो सकता है. You have to realize that you and the some with whom you are comparing yourself are different people. Their backgrounds are different, okay? But still there is a way all of you can remember most of the things, if not all, okay? तो पहली चीज़ आपको compare नहीं करना है खुद को. The second thing that I want you to know is that after you complete the syllabus, okay? After you complete the syllabus, what you do? You revise only, right? You focus on revisions only because let's say even if you have read some book in 10 days, the next time you are reading the same chapter, you tell people, you tell yourself that I'm revising the topic. So if you know that after completing everything, you'll be revising, why not revise it earlier so that you can contain that thing? So the worst thing that students do who fail is that they don't revise the things quickly. And this is the reason that they fail to complete the thing. They keep target of 40 days to complete, let's say, polity, 50 days for geography, around 50 days for history maybe, and they keep reading the thing. They don't go back to the topic that they have already read. And by the time they end the syllabus, everything is gone. कुछ भी याद नहीं रहता है. Why it is happening? Because you lack revision. But अगर मैं ये बात कहूँगा अभी तो बचपन से तो पढ़ रहे थे, अभी मनोज सर ऐसा कह रहे हैं तो हम क्यों मान लें? ठीक है, तो मत मानिए आप. मैं चाहता भी नहीं हूँ कि सिर्फ मेरी बातें सुन के आप ये चीज़ मान लें. इनफैक्ट आई वॉन्ट यू टू believe in this thing only because I have some scientific facts to prove this thing, okay? And I'll talk about one study which has talked about our memory power so that you can believe in the thing that I am going to offer you. ठीक है? So इस discussion के बाद आपको ये faith होगा at least कि आपको ये process करना चाहिए जो मैं बताने वाला हूँ आपको. And this process is not devised by me, okay? This process is scientific and some individual who had practiced this thing for the first time, he gave it to the world, and we benefited. I, of course, benefited, and lot of my students also benefited by doing this thing. So let's try and understand what exactly happens when you study something. Okay? जब आप कोई भी नई चीज पढ़ते हैं, let's say that you are starting with something on day 1. Okay? And let's say you study a new topic like meteor tsunami. This was in news recently. Okay? Meteor tsunami. ठीक है, आपने मेटियो सुनामी आज पढ़ा, ये एकदम न्यूज़ का आइटम है जो आपने पहले कभी नहीं पढ़ा था. ठीक है? Then you read about saffron bulb project. That is also in news. So why I'm taking a very contemporary example? Only to show you that why you forget things and how you forget things. Some of the things you remember for a very longer period of time. You read it once and you think that ये तो याद ही रहता है यार. तो उसका रीजन भी मैं बताऊंगा कि क्यों ऐसा होता है. Okay, first let us understand why we tend to forget new things. Okay, so let's say that you read about this thing, and not only read, you tried to memorize each and every aspect of this, and you have marked it up, and you have gathered a knowledge which is almost 100%. 100% hota nahi hai usually, but let's say that some of you are very efficient people, so you achieve 99 to 100% of the things. Okay? So if we have to talk about this scientific study, the study suggests that if you don't see this topic again for next 24 hours, okay, and you have, let's say, you have read 100 lines, 50 lines each for both the topics, so the thing that will stay in your memory is going to reduce with time. आप सो जाते हैं, दिन में कुछ काम करते हैं, लोगों से मिलते हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपके साथ होती हैं. So day 2, the thing that most of the people fall in the range of remembering the things, 75% to 80% of the things, and this is what day 2 में सिर्फ इतना ही रह गया है आपकी मेमोरी में, and you are reading the, you have not seen this topic again. If we talk about day 7, okay, day 7, you'll see that this thing reduces further to almost 20%. 18 to 20% ही आपके दिमाग में रह जाता है. ये साइंस कह रहा है, मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ. ठीक है? आप में से कुछ लोगों का दिमाग ज़्यादा एफिशिएंट होगा तो 30% हो जाएगा, कुछ मेरे जैसे होंगे, हो सकता है उनको 10% ही याद रहे 7वें दिन. ठीक है? तो एवरेज इंडिविजुअल की बात कर रहा हूँ, जैसे हम लोग ज़्यादातर लोग होते हैं. कुछ लोग क्या है कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा तेज हैं, उनकी बात मैं नहीं करूँगा. ठीक है? नाउ दिस स्टडी ऑल्सो डिस्कवर्ड दैट बाय द टाइम यू रीच डे 30, okay, this will be like 0 to 1%. Okay, it means that you have read this thing on day 1 and you have not seen that word again in your life on day 30, जबकि आपने खूब याद भी किया था इसको. So the scientific study found that we encounter so many things in our daily lives that will not even identify that we have heard of such a term which is called as meteor tsunami. Tsunami हाँ सुना था, meteor tsunami क्या है? ठीक है? So such thing will happen with most of the people. Okay? If you have seen this thing only once, you have invested time on this topic. So out of this 99% of the information that you had gathered at some point in time, you'll forget everything. ठीक है? 3 महीने बाद तो सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता. आप क्वेश्चन कर देंगे, अगर जिसने आपको बताया होगा, आप बोलेंगे मेरे नोटबुक में भी नहीं लिखा हुआ है ये. ठीक है, मैंने कभी सुना ही नहीं, ये पहली बार न्यूज़ में ही आया है. So such thing happens. Okay? So tell me, the people who have an approach of covering everything in 30 days, they start with page 1 on day 1 and they complete that book by day 30. So what they gained in these many days? उनके पास रहा क्या? गोला? Zero? उनके पास कुछ रहा ही नहीं, वो सब कुछ भूल चुके हैं. And these are the people who you might have encountered some of your friends in college or in school. They were very studious, फिर भी फेल हो जाते थे. They used to fail even after studying. Even I have seen such things. Some of my peers in college, they used to stay throughout in the library. But when the exams happened and results came, they always flunked 2-3 papers. वो 2-3 में fail ही हो जाते थे. And I never realized at that point in time कि probably they are not reading the way I do. They probably were doing this thing only that we have seen, and this is the reason even after investing a lot of time, people fail. तो अब हमें अगर याद रखना है, okay, you have wasted 30 days, okay, and you are preparing for exam. You have wasted 30 days thinking that whatever you are reading is going to help in exam. And some of the people keep doing this thing forever. ठीक है? They waste 365 days, and when they go to exam, they are not confident and they fail. ठीक है? तो वो fail भी हो जा रहे हैं. This wastage from 30 days to 365 days to many, many years. You will see many people who are preparing for civil services and they are not lazy, they are serious, and still they are not clearing prelims for 4 years, 5 years, and finally they give up. Okay? तो हमें ऐसा नहीं करना है. You don't have to do this thing. What you have to do, you have to make sure that you remember everything. Okay? So our target, let's say, will not target to complete anything in 30 days. Let's say we will complete that in 40 days. But 40 दिन में करेंगे, सब कुछ याद रहेगा. How it can be done? So I'll give you a thing. I'll give you a formula. I will give you a technique that will help you do this thing. Okay? So let's say that day 1, you started with the same topic. I'm not changing this thing. Meteo tsunami आपने पढ़ा. Okay? So the thing that you have to do is, let's say you have garnered 100% of the things. ठीक है? आपके दिमाग में 100% चीजें हैं. You are very comfortable with the topic. So, like we said, day 2. Okay? Normally what will happen? Normally, you'll remember 70 to 80%. Okay? So what you need to do in order to make sure that this day 2 is also 100%, revise Meteo tsunami the very next day. ठीक है? Okay? And let's say the very first day you started with this thing, it took you 1 hour to complete the topic. The very next day, what you'll discover? कि आपको कम समय लग रहा है. Next day, you'll not require 30 minutes because कल ही तो पढ़ा था, 80% चीजें याद हैं. So you'll take only 20 minutes to cover this topic. Okay? Now, day 7. When we had seen that normally it is 18 to 20%. But if you revise this phenomena again, okay, if you focus on the revision, you'll again discover that with revisions, this is again 99 to 100%, and you are taking only 20 minutes. Okay? So look, अगर आप 30 दिन बाद वापस आते, if you'll come back to the very same topic after 30 days, you'll take 59 minutes, if not 60 exactly. ठीक है? Though our brain is efficient, when you'll revisit, it will recall कि हाँ ऐसा word देखा था भाई 7 दिन पहले. ठीक है? तो आपका ब्रेन बताएगा, लेकिन आपको फिर 1 घंटे लगेंगे अगर 30 दिन बाद है. अगर अचानक आप 7वें दिन आ रहे हैं तो वो फिर भी आपको 40 मिनट्स लेने वाला है. So this days that I have written, day 1, day 2, day 7 are important. Now, if you can revise this thing on day 20, okay, again revise, and it is 99 to 100%, and this time you'll see that it took you only 10 minutes to read. Okay, day 30, again revise. Okay, and this remains 99 to 100%, and the time you'll see that it took you only 5 minutes. So with this process, what you are doing, you are saving 55 minutes. ठीक है, दूसरे किसी भी प्रोसेस से जब आप कम रिवीजन कर रहे होते हैं, इफ यू आर डूइंग लेस नंबर ऑफ रिविजन्स, बिलीव मी, ये 5 मिनट्स में कभी अचीव नहीं होगा. इट विल नॉट बी अचीव्ड 5 मिनट्स until and unless you are doing more revisions than this. ठीक है, कोई चैलेंज ही ले लेगा कि मैं रोज ही पढ़ के दिखाऊंगा 1-1 मिनट में, तो अलग बात है. बट वी हैव अ वास्ट सिलेबस. सो finally you discover that you are taking less time, 5 minutes, and this is the process by which I used to read. Some of my students used to read who achieved at least covering whole syllabus within 7 to 10 days before the exam. ठीक है, हम हर चीज़ पढ़ पाते थे, एक एक टॉपिक को देख पाता था मैं. आप भी देख सकते हैं, ये बहुत लोग अचीव कर लेते हैं. बट लेट्स से दैट यू हैव mastered this skill. It will take some time. You'll be resistant. आपको लगेगा कि बहुत कुछ छूट रहा है. ठीक है, बट बिलीव में कुछ भी नहीं छूटेगा, समय से हो जाती हैं चीज़ें. यू कैन कवर एवरीथिंग विद इन द गिवन टाइम लिमिट. बट लेट्स से दैट इवन इफ यू आर डूइंग एवरीथिंग राइट, but still the syllabus is so vast that at some point in time probably you will forget what exactly you were doing. So to achieve a very good result out of this revision cycle, you have to make it more effective. How you can make this thing? By making a revision notebook. Okay, by making a revision notebook where, let's say, what you'll do, you'll put the date 1st January. let's say आपने 1 जनवरी से स्टार्ट किया, 1 जनवरी मेटियो सुनामी. Okay, let's say other topics, some other topic, some other topic. So this is the first day. Now you have to make sure that you are leaving some space and writing revision dates, so that you can know when you have to revise this thing. Okay, and this revision will not end at day 30 only. एक बार पढ़ लिया फिर साल भर तो याद नहीं रहेगा. So हर महीने आपको फिर देखना होगा. Okay, every month you'll have to revisit this thing to ensure that you do not forget anything. To 2nd January. 2nd January, let's say 8th January, it can be 7th as well. Okay, 7th or 8th January. Based on the convenience, this first and second day remains same. 7th day मतलब 7वां ही नहीं है, 5वें दिन कर लिया तब भी ठीक, 8वां हुआ तब भी ठीक. Okay, so 2nd January, 8th January. Now approximately 21st January, then 31st January. So mention some of the dates. Okay, and this is, by doing this thing, you have trained your brain to remember this thing for a very longer period of time. And believe me, this memory will continue for not less than 2-3 months. 100% of the thing can remain in your brain for 2 months. But don't take chances. Sometimes we tend to forget something. कभी कभी हम भूल भी जाते हैं. So what you need to do? Put some dates after a month only. Even if sometimes it will feel difficult, but what you need to do? Let's say 1st March, 1st April, 1st May. Okay, and leave some space there. After every month you have to revisit the topic. Okay, so this is the thing that first day you have to do. पहले दिन वाले के लिए हमने 6-7 dates डाल दी, 8 डेट डाल दी. अब इतना पढ़ने के बाद it will be up to your discretion to read that thing whenever you want, but within a span of 2-3 months only. First we'll try to read it every month for, let's say, 3 more months after first 5 readings in a month. And this way you'll remember 100% of the thing. And believe me, the 5 minutes will start, 1 hour became 5 minutes in the first month only. This will further reduce, it will become 1 minute. You'll flip the page and everything will, line आपको पहले आएगी दिमाग में, बाद में आप देख पाएंगे. Your brain is so efficient. Okay? Now what you'll do, but अब आसान है चीज़ें. Let's say you read something new on 2nd January. ठीक है? So you have to leave a space. This is the area for first topic. On 2nd January, now things have become easy. 2nd January, let's say that you have read about some news, like I had taken example of saffron ball. And while reading this, you read about, let's say, nectar as well. Okay? And few more things. So now it becomes easier for you. ठीक है? एक एक दिन बढ़ाते जाएंगे. You have to revise this thing on 3rd January. Again, you have to revise this thing on 9th Jan. Then you have to revise on 22nd Jan. Then you have to revise that on 1st Feb. And now 2nd March, 2nd April, okay, 2nd May. So few more dates will put. And if you do this thing, believe that you'll remember everything, you'll not forget anything. Okay? शुरू में ऐसा लगेगा कि ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ पा रहे हैं. क्यों ऐसा होगा मैं बताता हूँ. ठीक है? शुरू में आपको ऐसा लगेगा. So पहले इसको समझ लीजिए, ऐसा स्पेस दे के then 3rd January. And the only thing which will be required from you every day is revisiting this topic in the morning, this notebook in the morning. सुबह सुबह देखेंगे क्या पढ़ा था. You'll see that what I have read yesterday, so you'll definitely know कि what you have to revise on the very day. और मान लीजिए किसी दिन आपको कहीं बाहर जाना, you have to go somewhere outside. That day you have to make sure that you are revising the thing at least. Revision वाला part नहीं छोड़ेंगे ताकि नया भले ना सीख पाए, पुराना हमें नहीं भूलना है. Okay? So I was talking about this thing. Okay, 2nd January, now it is done. And what you are achieving, let's say on first day, you read for 1 hour. Okay? So 2nd day, what will happen? 20 minutes तो revision को चले गए. Okay? 1 hour new. So 40 minutes for new thing. Okay? 40 minutes for new thing. 3rd day, as you have read new thing only for 40 minutes, definitely it is going to be 15 minutes revision. Okay? 15 minutes of revision and 45 minutes new. Okay? So this is going to be the thing. And my take is at least spare 1 whole day every week only for revisions. ठीक है? 1 day per week only for revisions. So finally you'll see that the same approach with which you are completing some subject in 30 days. Okay? Regular approach. आपका जो भी तरीका हो, अगर ये कुछ लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं तो दैट इज ग्रेट. इफ नॉट, 30 day studies, let's say 30% in memory. ठीक है? This scientific approach, it may take 40 days. ठीक है? Let's say आपको या environment and ecology पढ़ रहे हैं. Okay? तो normal approach without revisions, 30 days में you'll remember only 30% of the things. Okay? 30% in 30 days of, and you cover environment ecology, कोई फायदा नहीं है. 70% याद ही नहीं है तो क्वेश्चन तो प्रीलिम्स में तो गलत ही होने हैं. ठीक है? दिस साइंटिफिक अप्रोच 40 day लग जाएगा आपको, बट यूल रिमेंबर 100%. ठीक है, एटलीस्ट 99% इन मेमोरी। वर्स्ट केस सिनारियो मेरे जैसे कमज़ोर बच्चों के लिए 95%, ठीक है। अगर मैं मान लेता हूँ कि हम लोग वीक हैं, मेरे जैसे कुछ बच्चे हैं, तो उनको भी 95% याद रहेगा, ठीक है। द स्मार्ट पीपल विल रिमेंबर 99%, एवरेज पीपल लाइक मी कैन मैनेज 95% ऑफ द थिंग्स, ओके। So I hope that each and every aspect of this thing was clear, and I want you to follow this thing whenever you are revising. Don't panic that you are not covering something in 10 days, 20 days. Let us take 10 extra days. Let us take 15 extra days, in fact 20 extra days. But we have to remember at least 95% of the things, okay? And some of the smart people, like I said, 99%, 100%, okay? Baki jisko, if somebody thinks that they are gifted, even gifted people, jiski memory bahut achhi hai, they will also fail to remember 90% of the things, okay? But with this approach, the minimum that you'll be achieving is 95%. So my take is, use this technique, benefit yourself, and the things that can lead to a disaster can be avoided. Instead of wasting 5 years and discovering that mujhe tusse to nahi ho payega, just follow this thing within 1 year, and I'm pretty sure that each one of you is having the potential of cracking this exam, any exam that you take, okay? And this technique is not only relevant for the people who are preparing for civil services. You are preparing for any kind of exam, it will benefit, ठीक है। स्कूल में जाने वाले बच्चों को भी आप बताएंगे तो उनका भी देखेंगे स्कोर बढ़ता जा रहा है, दे आर इम्प्रूविंग, दे आर बिकमिंग वेरी फास्ट, ओके। सो विद दिस थिंग आई विल स्टॉप माई discussion, and in case anybody has any kind of questions, feel free to drop a message, and I'll make sure that I take care of the things that you are facing, okay. Thank you very much. Stay healthy and blessed.